out what 10 that 10-pound bag of chicken yielded. We have a good, fairly good. This is a pretty big bowl. This is like, I don't know. I mean, pretty good size. Like my Dutch oven could probably fit in there. So that's, you know, pretty good size bowl of bones that will turn into bone broth. The chicken cooked too long. I would have liked it not to have been so done. It was just falling off the bone, which I know for some people they like that. It's definitely a sign that it's done. I did not want it so much that it's just shredding into tiny pieces, but oh well. And then this, compared to this bowl, it's a little bit smaller, but look, we have all of this chicken and we're going to see how many meals we can get out of it. And then here I have for tonight's dinner some really good chicken broth. I'm not making chicken soup, believe it or not. I'm making minestrone soup using ground turkey. And so this will be the kind of a base. I'm going to need to add a little bit more, but this will go into it. And I have tasted it. It is so good. It's so flavorful. Just with the simple, laundry's done. It just has that simple seasoning that I put off. The chicken is well flavored and most of the skin just kind of went into the scrap thing. We just put these in our freezer and then on trash day we just take it all out, and that way it doesn't stink up the trash cans and make a mess everywhere. So yeah, that's, you know, part one of how far this chicken will go. Now let's see what else we can get done. So as I'm getting the onion cut up for my soup, I just put the onion skins instead of doing a whole separate bag of it. I'm adding it to this, and then as I cut up my carrots and celery, I'll just add the little extra scraps in there, and then on top of the bag that I have in the freezer, this is all just going to go into a stock pot, and it's going to make me some more bone broth. So for dinner tonight we have minestrone soup. So minestrone is just basically another word for leftover soup. So in here is homemade chicken broth, some like a pound of ground turkey, some carrots, some celery, a can of corn, a can of Italian diced tomatoes, onion and garlic, and I had maybe like a cup and a half of these egg noodles left, and so we threw that in. And then my daughters made us these copycat Red Lobster biscuits, and that's what we're gonna have for dinner. I babysat today and it was way too chaotic to try to film anything, but for breakfast we had little egg bites that I had picked up from the grocery haul. We just ended up doing that. And then for lunch we were supposed to do eggs and peppers, but instead I made one box of mac and cheese for the kids I babysit, and it turned out that everybody wanted it, so we just cooked it all up. So that was breakfast and lunch, and this is dinner. And this day was Sunday, and you know how breakfast goes. We're just eat and running. And then for lunch, I made sandwiches. I used this paste to put on the bottom of my sandwich, topped it with some cheese and some avocado, and that's what we had for lunch, and it was so good. For dinner tonight, I made some chicken enchiladas. We actually did not film another chicken dish that I had made before this, which was Sunday night. I just made a chicken stir fry, but this is a chicken enchilada. It's very simple, very basic, and I just put some cilantro, some sour cream on top, and corn, and it was so good. What's for breakfast? I made that beach, bark, whatever it is, pancakes, and some sausage. So for lunch, this is what we have left of the potato soup. Yours is on the table. That's to not touch. So I made some potato soup. I had some potatoes that I just bought and I could already tell were rotting. Oh, help yourself, my dear. And then we're just topping it with some cheese and bacon bits, and that's what's for lunch. So the consensus for dinner tonight was everybody wanted a good green salad. So that's what I have here. We're going to top it with some avocado. I do have this chicken here but that's going to be for dinner. And then my daughter decided she wanted to make a chocolate cake. using, oh, thank you, dear. Using ingredients. Here, you gonna hold it for me? So she made this cake just using ingredients that she found all over the house. And there it is. So, anyway, thank you, dear. So that's just what we're gonna have. We're gonna have a good green salad before we load up on sugar. And that's what will be for dinner tonight. And for breakfast this morning, we're just having potatoes seasoned with Lowry's. This is how my dad made them growing up, and they are so delicious. And some fried eggs. And that's what's for breakfast. Okay. I forgot, we also had some homemade apple butter with this. So that's what's for breakfast. You guys, there comes a point when you wake up and your 8-year-old will make breakfast for everyone. Thank you, Benjamin. What we're making today is French toast using this gluten-free cinnamon raisin bread that I got for $2.99. This usually is about $5 to $6 a loaf. And we have it for breakfast. We just scrambled a couple eggs. What else did you put in there, buddy? You tell me what you did.
Cinnamon and almond extract.
Almond extract.
And milk.
And a splash of milk. And we have in the microwave some of those cheap, disgusting sausages. So we can have, what are we going to have, John?
I don't know.
Sausage and what is this called? French toast. So tonight for dinner we're doing chicken pot pie using that pie crust that never got used. And this will be the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4th meal we've made with this 5 pounds of chicken. And actually I did not make this. My daughter completely made this because I was babysitting late. So well done, daughter. So guess what? The kids really liked the potatoes and eggs the other day, and I just ended up making it again today. Again, just keeping life simple right now. So that's what we had for breakfast. This is actually a kid's plate, so it's that's what's left. Okay, here is another meal that we are going to do with this chicken. Because it's a soup and because this has some other stuff in it, and you want to say hi? Are you helping me today? Hi. Because we're doing a soup and the next thing I want to do is a soup, I'm actually going to divide this in half. So I would say this is about 3 cups of chicken, so I'm going to use maybe like 1.5 cups. Maybe like that much. Yeah, it really doesn't look like this, but this is a big bowl, and I think that's why. But so we're gonna do that. In here is mushrooms and onion, and if you just wait, or let me go over here. This is what I am making. So meat isn't our big, our only source of protein in here. There is going to be a can of black beans. And actually, I just have some cooked black beans that we're going to add to it, and that just adds a little bit more protein. That needs a soaking. That is breakfast. And that's what we're going to make for dinner. Correction. We're going to add all the chicken into it tonight. So this is a lot, and it should definitely feed us for 2 days. So that's what we're going to use with the rest of the chicken after kids have been stitching from it, and now there is not really much left to do another meal like I was originally planning. So this is dinner tonight. This is what we call tortilla soup, and it has chicken, chicken broth, mushrooms, onion, garlic, olives, corn, Mexican diced tomatoes is the best because it has the green chilies in it. Cumin, chili powder. It's going to come to a boil. We'll serve it over tortilla chips, some sour cream, cilantro. You do not want to forget the cilantro with this dish. And cheese if anybody wants it. Sour cream. I usually give a choice. You can either have sour cream or you can have cheese. And oh, that's it. it's mainly you just want, I like it personally, I like it with the sour cream, the crushed tortilla chips, the sour cream, and the cilantro on top. That's the best way I think it is to have this. So that's what's going to be for the last meal, using up this 5 pounds of chicken. Please note that anytime I pulled out this bowl of chicken, I had kids kind of dipping their fingers in and grabbing, you know, a pinch out. So, you know, maybe like a tablespoon of meat at a time. Multiply that by kids and adult human in this house that also gets really hungry. So I would say you probably have, between all the snitching and snacking, at least another meal that you could have done like a soup with. So that's going to be it for what we have done with our 5 pounds of chicken. Any recipes I have will be linked down below for you. And there you go. Okay, here is how we eat tonight's dinner, which is tortilla soup. Tortilla soup. Some chips. Some soup. Some sour cream. And some fresh cilantro. And that's what's for dinner tonight.